Hi, I'm Jim Piner. Go by the name of Hog. Got that when I was going through aviation cadets with my roommate, and it just carried on over the years. Went through Marietta, Florida, primary, Greenville, Mississippi for basic, T-33. One of my instructors at Greenville wound up in the F-100, and I've known him for ever since because our paths would cross in the 100 group. I finished up the F-100 training after going through Willie. A third of us went through Willie, 2/3 at Luke, and we all came up to Nellis, finished up the top-off course. I went to Itazuki, Japan. I was in the 36 Tech Fighter Squadron there for 2 years. Tried to get, they wanted me to stay for the Thud, but I didn't see that in my future, so I went back to the States to Cannon. Was in the 478 Squadron at Cannon for 2.5 years. Enjoyed it. A lot of good deployments to Aviano, twice to Misawa. Next thing I know, I'm going out to Luke as an IP. Spent 2 years at Luke as an IP, 45 14th. And after that, then I went to Korea to Vietnam for a year. 6/12 initially at Phuket. After a couple months there, Misty needed another goat, so I went to Misty, flew with them, and so I was Misty 3-3. Good times, November to February of '68, and then I had my 50 missions in, decided to go back to squadron, finished up my tour in the F-100s in 6/12. Did get shot down finally right at the end of my tour over there in Nassau Valley one day, but made it out of the water. Got back safe. Went back to Luke when I left Vietnam. Stayed there for another 2 years, and then went downhill after that. Command post in Zaragoza, Spain. Army Command and Staff College, TAC headquarters, anything to get out of TAC. I volunteered to be a guard advisor with the F-100s at Tulsa. They turned me down on that, said you got to go to Korea. Went to Korea to be a squadron commander, but before I could get there, they said, oh, we've changed the rules. You got to bring your family to get the squadron to be here 2 years. So I said, nope, not going to do that. So I was assistant DO in the 51st Wing there for a year and came back from that, and they sent me down to England Air Force Base, and flew the A-7 for a year. Then I was chief of safety and not safety, but training command. Training. I was trying to get the chief of safety grounded along with myself after a year because we couldn't support as many pilots as we had for the airplanes. Wing commander said, why don't you go down and become the wing project officer for the conversion to the A-10. So I did that, and after that was over, I had a little problem in the meantime, and I said it's time for me to get out of the service. Got out of the service after that and didn't do much else. That's about it. Well, it was 6/12 at Phuket, and they needed a warm body or Misty, and they said, Piner, you go to Misty. And I said, yes, sir, 3 bags full. So I went over to Misty, and one of my first rides was with Mick Green, Misty 30. And we went up there and went through Route Pack 1. The weather was typically that time of year in November. It was crappy. Went over to Laos. He says, let me show you Magia Pass. Oh, okay. Famous Magia Pass. So we started in on the southern end, and of course there was a cloud deck right over the top of the hills there. We might have got a mile or two in Magia Pass and all the world lit up. So up to the clouds we went. She says, there's Magia Pass. I said, gotcha. Anyway, it was a good trip. When I got into Misty, initially the first group, they called a bunch of ground A101 facts to join them when they first formed, as I understand it. And I didn't get it until like the 3rd generation, they call it. And by that time, we had enough experience, so you flew front seat one day, back seat the next day. I think you flew a couple rides, I forgot how many rides it was, to get your legs on the ground before you got in the front seat. It was interesting. There were a lot of frustrations in the fact that you couldn't have somebody readily available. If you found a target, you'd call up Airborne ABCCC and say, hey, give me some fighters, I got a target here. You sit around and wait and wait and wait, and maybe you can get a fighter to come drop something on it or not. And I was telling a story just a while earlier. I'm sitting up there one day, I saw a truck pulling a boxcar. Clouds were broken, you know, they caught him out moving a little bit out of the camouflage, and then he stopped. He heard me. So I just pull up, go up to 20,000 feet, and I'm tooling around, still waiting for fighters, and I'm running out of gas. So, well, shoot, why not? I just roll over, point my nose straight down, and hose off a couple rounds at 20 Mike, and pull off it. It goes boom. That must have had ammo in it. So anyway, pretty uneventful, misty. The whole time I was there, I didn't have any major problems in the airplanes I was in. A lot of guys took a lot of hits and stuff like that, and I don't know what it was. Somebody was looking over me because I don't recall the airplane I was in, front seat or back seat, ever picking up a hit. You know, some guys were magnets when they go up there. I remember Charlie Neal one day up down Chapone. He saw this 37 millimeter gun sight, and he says, "I'm going to mark it so you guys can see it." Charlie, I can see it right now. Well, let me mark it anyway. He rolled in 3 times to mark it with a 2.75 rocket. Like it's not going to hurt anything if it hits anything. Charlie, pull off and go home. It's going to kill you. Oh, well, those guys were kind of, you know, I kind of kid them. I said, you know, when you're riding in the back seat, you're sitting up there saying, "You son of a bitch, you're trying to kill me." And when you're in the front seat, the fangs come out, and you forget about the guy in the back seat, so I'm going to kill the guys on the ground. That's the way it was. After I finished my Misty mission, they called me up to Misty Ops one day from the squadron and said, "Listen, Misty's found a target up there. You know the area, so take one of the alert birds, the other guy on alert, take it up there." We had napalm, hydraulic bombs. Went up there. They'd opened a new road from Bend down towards McGee Pass entrance, north entrance. And there they were, stopped in the middle of the road, just laying out there. Well, I made my first pass with napalm. Second guy came around, went through the trees and bailed out. I spent the rest of my time, as long as I could, stand up there to cap him, but it was a lost cause. He was captured as soon as he hit the ground, so that's it. So I went back and landed at Da Nang, got some gas, and went home. So that's pretty much the old mystery stories I've got. So it was enjoyable, but I'm glad I didn't only do 50 missions. I didn't want to press my luck. Thank you.